Ezekiel chapter 8. Here, God shows Ezekiel the sins of Judah. He shows him some sins and he says, "Now, you shall again see more and greater abominations that they do." So, there are degrees of sin. God says this here. I'm going to show you these sins and now I'll show you greater sins. He's sensitive not only to the sins of his people, but to all the sins that go on in the unbelieving world. Because he talks about how the sin of the Amorites is going to fill up to a certain point, and then he will do something. Here in Ezekiel he says, "I will bring upon my people the worst of the nations." So some peoples are worse than others in God's judgment. Under the law of Moses, you could offer a different type of sacrifice according to the level of sin you had committed. There are degrees of sin with God. And what I want to put to you then is, can you try to see how painful it is to be God, to look down upon this earth, upon believers and unbelievers alike, and to feel the degrees of sin which there are, and to be sensitive to it all. God's sensitivity is amazing. He likewise is sensitive to righteousness. Now, we get tired, don't we? We feel we don't have the mental, emotional, spiritual energy to keep aware of all these things. But we must do. And the more you read the scriptures, the more God's scale of judgment becomes revealed to you, and you likewise become sensitive and sensitized. And we shall be like that forever when we have God's nature, not unthinking, uncaring, but sensitive.